The story of Giada, the sweetheart of Mom, and of Emma, whose heart has received grace.
Friends, good morning. We find ourselves in Trevignano Romano in the company of Giada and Emma, who have to tell us about a healing phenomenon that took place here in Trevignano. Good morning, I'm Giada, Emma's mother, and this is a little girl who received two graces, one last July and the other on January 2018. Do you want to tell us about it? Okay. I was playing in the park with my cousin. I ran towards my father, but my cousin overtook me and he tricked me. But obviously he didn't do it on purpose. I fell down, a kind of a stupid fall. But since that stupid fall, I got hurt. Where did you feel first the pain? What is the part where you first felt the pain? I felt the pain in this part, and we immediately went to the hospital. They let me into a room. They wrapped me a band with like an elastic stripe that held me up, and they gave me a paper sheet to Mom saying I had a microfracture. Then we went into another room where I had to do the X-ray. I was crying because the part was hurting anyway, but at a certain point I smelled the fragrance. At the beginning I didn't recognize it, but then I calmed down as if nothing had happened to me. Then I recognized the fragrance. It was the perfume of Aunt Gisella. So I called my mother to warn her about it. But she was already in an anxious state, so she said to me, what kind of perfume? And meantime, Aunt Gisella kept calling her to tell that I was fine anyway. We went into the room. The doctor told my mother that I didn't actually have a micro fracture. I just had a bruise on my arm. My mother was shocked because in any case, if someone gives you a diagnosis, it is not the case they write you lies. They tell you what you have. So at the end, even the doctor had to change his mind about what the previous exams were. Your fracture was not there. No. Giada, what was your first reaction when you had the medical response of this fracture that was no longer there? The most beautiful thing is when we went to make the X-ray, the little girl realized that Gisella was in bilocation due to her fragrance with her body. She was elsewhere, but she was actually there with us. And so she calmed Emma, she calmed her pain, made her calm and serene, as the child was crying from the pain caused by the fall. Really interesting, really impressive what you're telling us. Emma, I know that there was another precedent before this arm fracture. You had suffered another, what was it? Do you want to tell us? Okay, I was playing and at one point I fell against the door and the bump came out here on my wrist. So we went to the doctor and he told us I had a cyst. Then on Saturday we went to church. It was the fourth mystery and the Madonna was coming down. I felt tired and I was about to fall asleep, but my mother kept telling me, "You can't fall asleep now, the Madonna is coming down." Aunt Gisela called me to get me close to her. As soon as I got to her, I smelled the fragrance that I realized it was the fragrance of Aunt Gisela, and then I fell asleep. In a second, my mother thought it was just sleep, but in reality, Aunt Gisela gave me the blessing. Then after a few days, one day I woke up and started screaming, "Mom, Mom, Mom, come on now." My mother came and she saw that the cyst was gone. I no longer had this bump here. So it went more or less like Emma said, but maybe she's a bit young and doesn't remember all the details. The little girl fell on Friday and immediately presents a sketch on the right wrist. And at first it didn't hurt her, but in short, being a very apprehensive and worried mother, we immediately went to the first aid to make her checked. I sent a message to our prayer group asking for help in prayers to accompany us for the ultrasound scan, hoping that there was nothing. But while doing the ultrasound, the doctor said no, we also do an x-ray to be more secure. In short, so we went and they established that it was a cyst, a large and very important cyst, and that had to be visited by an orthopedist. While going back home, I received a call from Giada asking how the child was, and I told her so. She told me, "Look, there is a very good orthopedist who also operated my mother. She just said, call him and fix an appointment. Let's show it to him." I called this very nice doctor, very helpful. He was on his way to Pisa and told me, "Ma'am, send me a picture of the bump so I'm aware of the situation. And I can give you an appointment." He gave it on Monday. That was happening all Saturday morning. On Saturday afternoon at 6 p.m., we were praying the rosary in the chapel of the Sacred Heart. At 5:30, I said, "Emma, let's go and make a personal prayer to the Madonna." So she listened to us. Then at 6, there is the rosary. We went, we made our little prayer, we kneeled down. Just before 6 p.m., we could smell a fragrance, a scent of roses, an unmistakable perfume that flooded the whole church. And so we saw Gisela entering with bandaged hands, Gisela and Gianni. And they sat right in front of us. Then Gisela asked Emma to come here among them. At that moment, my concern was to pray to the Madonna to put her hand over Emma's hand, and that such surgery was not to be done, because inside me I knew it. It was like that for me.
E niente,
Gisella
così Gisella si toglie il
takes off her
guanto,
glove.
fa una
She
benedizione
gives a
alla mano di
blessing to
Emma,
Emma's hand.
la passava così,
She
così
passed it like this,
Emma
and Emma
cade in
fell
sonno
asleep.
e io la
And
svegliavo.
I woke her up.
Dico, Emma no,
Emma,
era il terzo mistero.
this is the third
Dico, Emma
mystery.
no, dico,
Emma, I say,
tra un pochino scende la
in a little
Madonnina.
while the Madonna comes down.
E lei mi fa, no, io ho
Emma says,
tanto sonno,
no,
ho
I'm
tanto sonno.
sleepy. I'm sleepy.
Arriva la
The
Madonna.
Madonna arrives.
Dico, Emma,
I say
è
to Emma,
arrivata.
she has arrived.
Ci
We
inginocchiamo
both
tutti e
kneel
due e
and ask
chiediamo la
for the
guarigione
healing
della
of
manina di
Emma's
Emma.
hand.
Finito il
After
rosario,
the
andiamo a
rosary is
casa,
concluded, we go home,
come sempre,
as
andiamo a
always.
casa, mangiamo.
We eat,
Questo era il
and
sabato.
this was
La domenica
Saturday.
non succede nulla perché la manina
On
di Emma
Sunday,
è
nothing
uguale.
happens. Emma's
Il
hand was
lunedì
the same.
mattina avevamo appuntamento con
On
il
Monday morning, we
dottore.
had the appointment with
Emma
the
alle
doctor.
6 inizia a
Emma starts
strillare,
screaming at 6
mamma,
a.m.
mamma, la Madonnina mi ha
at home,
guarito.
Mom, Madonnina healed me. And
Io l'ho
I
fatto,
knew
io lo sapevo
it
che era
was
tutto
all
vero,
true,
però io l'ho
but I did it
fatto per la
for the
Madonna
Madonna,
e sono andata
and
dal
I
dottore
went to the
comunque
doctor anyway,
anche per Gisella,
also for Gisella,
perché il
because the
dottore
doctor
me lo doveva
had
dire
to identify
e non
and
solo a me,
declare
anche
it
alle
not
altre
only to
persone che
me,
non ci credono.
but also to the other people who don't believe
E
it.
quindi
So
sono
I went,
andata
I
a
left for
Civitavecchia.
Civitavecchia.
Io sono andata lì
I went there
e il signore
and
dottore,
I said to
io ho
doctor,
detto, senta, io non lo so se
well,
lei
I
crede.
don't know if you believe in
Mi ha detto,
God.
signora, ma
He told me,
che sta
Mom,
dicendo?
what are you saying?
Dice, mi faccia vedere la
Let me
mano della
see
bambina.
the little
A un
girl's
certo
hand.
punto, signora, ma che
I show
scherzo è
her hand.
questo?
So he tells me,
E
Mom,
io ho
what
detto,
joke is this?
no,
I say,
non è uno
no,
scherzo.
it's not a
Mi sono
joke.
seduta,
I
ho
sat
detto,
down
io non so se lei
and I said,
crede.
I don't know if you believe in God.
Dico, lo sa lei chi mi ha
Do you
mandato?
know who sent me?
Dico, ieri sono stata al
Yesterday I
rosario
went to the rosary
e
and
così e così e così.
and that's it.
E questo è il quanto. E mi ha detto, lo sa
Told
signora una
me,
cosa? Che io
Mom, do you know
stamattina
one thing?
le
That
prendevo, le
this
davo un
morning
appuntamento per
I was
l'intervento.
giving you an appointment for the surgery.
Una gioia
A crazy joy
pazzesca
and
e la bambina
the
non ha
child has not
presentato
presented any
più
more
problemi
problem
alla
to her
mano,
hand.
niente.
Nothing. Great Emma, thank you for your precious testimony. This also leads us to understand the great help that Gisella brings through the messages received from our Holy Mother as an aid to the humanity. I hope that what has been told in your stories can really shake the consciences of the people to open themselves to this great, immense love that our Heavenly Mother is giving us. I thank you sincerely from the World Group. I wish you the most beautiful things in life.
Grazie a voi.
Thank you to all of you.